Hello there. In this video I just want to show you what extension tubes are and how they can be helpful in doing macro photography. And if you have no money to buy a proper macro lens, extension tubes will convert right about any lens into a decent macro lens. And so what are extension tubes? This is how extension tubes look like. Basically, they are empty, hollow rings that you put in between the lens and the camera body, and as the distance between the lens and the body is increased, the lens is forced to focus at a closer distance than what it usually focuses to. And so okay, now just let me take out the extension tubes and show you how they look like. As you can see, this is the extension tube itself. This is a 20mm Kenko extension tube. Extension tubes come in different lengths, but 20mm is about the standard length. And as you can see, it's hollow. There are no glass or optics inside, and except for a few pins over here to help with the autofocus and the connections between the camera and the lens. But other than that, it's hollow. And what this means is that there is almost no image quality loss when using these tubes. And if you have other tubes of different lengths, I have here with me a 12mm tube, which is slightly thinner. And if I combine both these two tubes together, I will have an effective length of 32mm, and there will still be right about zero image quality loss. And that's the beauty about extension tubes, unlike close-up filters, which will cause some drop in image quality. So extension tubes will work with any lens. However, right, it's not advisable to use wide-angle lenses with extension tubes because you can't focus with too wide a focal length. So this is a 17 to 85 zoom lens. At 17mm it does not work, but when I zoom all the way in at 85mm, it's actually quite a pretty decent macro lens, and it will get me quite close to my subject. If this is my hand over here, somewhere over here, the lens should be able to focus and capture quite a close-up image, and that really helps when you have no money to buy a proper macro lens but still want to do some simple macro work. However, if you have a macro lens but you still want to get even closer to your subjects, guess what? The extension tubes are the ideal tool. I have here with me a Canon EFS 60mm lens, macro lens that I've borrowed, and when I use extension tubes, these two tubes with this macro lens, I can get spectacularly close to my subjects, and this allows for some crazy images of say extremely small insects, spiders, tree bark, etc. So really, extension tubes are the way to go if you are on a tight budget, and they are very fun to experiment with. However, I must say that when you put on these tubes, the main disadvantage is that you lose the lens ability to focus at infinity. That means the lens cannot focus at infinity, and there is a limited range at which the lens can focus at, and so this might be a little bit tricky, and so hence it's always advisable to use manual focus with extension tubes, and generally for macro photography. So that's it. I hope that you have a better idea of what extension tubes are, and if you want to get one of these, they don't cost a lot. This is the Kenko one. It cost me about $70 to $80 per tube. Canon does make extension tubes too. Theirs are extremely expensive, and it's no different from the Kenko ones, so I will get the Kenko ones if you ask me. And that's it. Thank you.